Hey there, welcome to Whispering Words, the podcast where we unlock the secrets to making connections and building relationships that feel effortless.
We're glad you're here. So, whether you're trying to navigate social circles at work or just want to strike up conversations at a party, we're covering the tools you need.
And let's face it, we've all been there, staring at someone, running through 100 ways to say hi, and still saying nothing.
Exactly. Knowing the right phrases, how to start, how to keep it flowing, it's honestly a game changer.
Totally. So today we're diving into how to make conversations feel, well, natural, with just a handful of simple expressions.
We're talking those real-world moments where one little phrase can turn an awkward silence into a real connection.
And don't worry, it's not about memorizing some perfect script. It's about finding things that work for you, like really work.
Right, so stick with us and we're going to break this all down step by step.
Okay, let's do this. All right, so let's jump into it. One of the trickiest parts of connecting with someone new is breaking the ice. You know, that first little moment where you go from strangers to not just awkwardly standing next to each other.
Yeah, and honestly, that moment sets the tone. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to feel natural enough that the other person knows, hey, you're open to chatting.
Exactly. Like there's this one phrase that works wonders. What's your story? It's so simple, but so effective.
Right. It's a lot more personal than what do you do? You're asking something that people can interpret however they want. Work, life, hobbies, all of it's fair game.
Totally. I remember trying it at a friend's party. I was talking to someone near the snack table. Classic move. And instead of just sticking with small talk, I said, I love your vibe. What's your story?
And that worked?
Totally. This guy lit up and started telling me about moving across the country for his dream job. It instantly felt like a real conversation.
Yeah, I think the beauty of it is that it shows genuine interest. People respond when they feel you're actually curious about them.
And another game changer? Tell me more.
Oh yeah, that one's so powerful because it keeps the other person talking. Like they don't feel cut off, and it shows you're actually invested in what they're saying.
Right. It's perfect when someone mentions something interesting but doesn't dive in. Like, imagine someone says, I just got back from a trip to Iceland. Instead of just going, that's cool, you hit them with a tell me more.
It works every time, and tone really matters too. If you sound distracted or rushed, even a great phrase can fall flat.
Exactly. You gotta mirror their energy. If they're excited, match that vibe. If they're chill, stay relaxed. It's all about making the connection feel smooth and natural. So once you've got that smooth, natural connection started, how do you keep the momentum? Like, how do you make sure the conversation doesn't just fizzle?
Yeah, that's where those connection building phrases come in. It's less about impressing someone and more about making them feel like, hey, this person gets me.
One of my favorites for that is no way, me too. It's so simple, right? But it's such a quick way to show that you're on the same page.
Exactly. Let's say someone mentions they love hiking. Instead of just saying, that's cool, you say, no way, me too. It's almost like an automatic bond.
Yeah, and it works because it's more than just agreement. It's enthusiasm. People can feel when you're genuinely interested. Oh, and then there's, let's grab coffee soon. That one, total game changer.
It's polite, but it also leaves the door open for future conversations. You're not forcing anything. You're just letting them know you'd like to connect again.
Right, and the tone is everything. If it's too casual, it might sound insincere. Too formal, and it could feel awkward. It's all about hitting that sweet spot of friendly and genuine.
Yeah, authenticity is key. People pick up on that immediately. If you're just throwing out phrases without meaning them, it shows.
Totally. Like, I remember once I said, let's grab coffee soon to someone I just met in a yoga class. I only said it because it felt like the right thing to do, but I didn't really mean it.
And how'd that go?
Not great. She followed up a week later, and I was like, oh no, I wasn't actually prepared to meet up.
That's a perfect example. If it's not genuine, it can backfire. But when it is authentic, phrases like that can really deepen a connection.
Exactly. And I love using words like vibe or connect in those moments. They're casual, but they really capture the mood of the conversation.
Totally. Like saying, I love the vibe here when you're at a coffee shop or a party. It's also a great opener for sharing common ground.
And connect is one of those versatile words too. You could say, we should connect sometime in a professional setting or even in a casual conversation. It shows that you really value the interaction.
It's funny. Sometimes just picking the right word can change the entire dynamic of a conversation.
Totally. And that's so true about how the right word can shift the entire vibe of a conversation. But it makes me think, how do you actually get comfortable using these phrases in real life?
Yeah, because let's be honest, knowing the phrases is one thing. Feeling confident enough to use them, especially in real time, is a whole different ballgame.
Totally. That's where practice comes in. I mean, think of it like learning a new dance move. At first it's awkward, but the more you do it, the more natural it feels.
Exactly. And it's not just about repeating the phrases. You want to practice in a way that mirrors real life situations. That makes it easier to recall them when you're actually talking to someone.
Right. Like, one thing I always recommend is journaling. You can kind of script out imaginary conversations where you use these phrases. It sounds a little silly, but it works.
That's a great idea. And for people who might feel weird doing that, you could also try using the phrases in something like casual messaging. Think texting a friend or even commenting on social media.
Oh yes, I've done that before. Like, instead of just saying cool on someone's photo, I'll comment, no way, me too, if they're hiking or doing something I love. It's low pressure and it's still practice.
Exactly. Another option is to find a language partner or join a language exchange group. That way, you're practicing with someone who understands your learning and won't feel awkward if you mess up.
Oh, and role playing is a favorite of mine. Like, grab a friend and pretend you're meeting at a coffee shop. Throw in a, what's your story? Or tell me more, and just see where the fake convo goes.
That's such a good tip. And it takes away the pressure because you're practicing in a safe space. You can tweak your tone, your timing, really get the flow down.
Yeah, and honestly, don't overthink it. The key is consistency. Even small steps like using just one new phrase a day can build your confidence over time.
Right. It's kind of like building a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. And eventually those phrases just become second nature.
Exactly. So to all our listeners out there, think of it as a journey. Each time you use one of these phrases, you're not just practicing, you're improving. Bit by bit, you're getting better. And that's what matters.
Couldn't have said it better myself. The confidence comes with the repetition. Every conversation is a chance to grow.
So let's make a deal. Pick one of the phrases we talked about today and use it at least once this week. Seriously, just try it and see how it feels.
That's a great challenge. And remember, even if it feels a little awkward at first, it's all part of the process. Just keep at it.
Exactly. You've got this. All right. So if you're thinking about how to put all of this into practice, just remember what we said. Start small. Whether it's journaling a conversation or commenting on a post, those tiny steps will lead to big results.
Yeah, from breaking the ice to building deeper connections, it's all about keeping it simple and genuine. And most importantly, just getting out there and trying.
Exactly. Remember, the more you practice, the more natural it'll feel. Connection isn't about perfection. It's about effort, curiosity, and a little bit of courage.
Right. So take one of those phrases we talked about today and use it. You might be surprised at how well it works.
And hey, if you found this episode helpful, don't forget to share it with a friend who could use some conversation confidence too.
And while you're at it, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss our next episode. We've got plenty more tips and tricks coming your way.
Yes, we love hearing from you, so leave a review or comment and let us know which phrase you're excited to try. Seriously, I'd love to know.
Thanks for joining us. And remember, every conversation is a chance to learn and grow.
So let's all keep shining, social butterflies. See you next time.